Alright, here we are with another Bourne Conspiracy demo review, except this time it's with your main man, Explicit D. That's me. First looking at the demo, it looks pretty good. The cutscene graphics kind of remind me of the Lost video game, so that's actually pretty decent. I mean, they're not awful graphics. And then we get right into the gameplay. Fights kind of like God of War with light attacks and heavy attacks and combinations of them doing different things, and you also have a block, so that's about all the depth that you're going to find in the fighting system, just blocking and doing combos. So really easy to pick up, but for the hardcore gamer there's not that much depth. Okay, and once you start running around, you're going to notice that the camera controls are not that great, and the running controls are not that great. Not awful, but a little clumsy. So there's this kind of weird Bourne instinct thing where you have to press Y to see where your objectives are. Find it kind of useless. This is the only point I really used it. I mean, I hit it a couple other times just to see. And you also notice that there's lots of cutscenes and button-activated cutscenes. And then right here you'll notice there's a takedown. So when you get enough good hits on an enemy, it lets you do a takedown, which is actually pretty sweet. Lots of different animations, and they vary depending on where you are, who you're fighting. And a lot of the animations I do feel are Bourne-esque. I've only seen the third movie, but I feel the fight scenes do ring true to the movie. This is a very cinematic type game. Lots of cutscenes, lots of movie elements more than game elements.
Someone please respond.
And although it is similar to the movie, it's obviously not Matt Damon, which is kind of disappointing. Since this is a movie game, I would have liked to see Matt Damon, because he's a badass in the movies. But it's not that big of a drawback, because your main character doesn't really talk that much. It's mostly just running around like this. And in this level I noticed that the gameplay is super linear. There's only one way to go. You have to fight certain guys certain ways. It'll block you off if you try to go the wrong way. So it's really not aimed at the higher level gamer, it's more aimed at the casual gamer. I was actually playing this one on my second time through. I upped the difficulty a little bit. All that really does is you have to hit the cutscene buttons faster, and it's a little bit harder to fight enemies. You have to block more and hit them more to kill them. So, and then things like unlocking this door was pretty lame. All I had to do was hold down A a little bit longer to open it. No, like, puzzle to unlock the door or anything like in Oblivion or something like that. Which is kind of disappointing, but looking at the target market, I think that's probably the way to go. Because you want a casual, easy game is what the vibe I got from this was. And then you also come across some characters like this guy, the head honcho, who play out more like bosses. It takes a lot more to kill them. They're a little bit more agile, and you have to use your Bourne special move with the B button a lot more to actually get the kill. But the really cool thing is, depending on what part of the room, when you press that B thing, you'll do an environmental kind of attack, using like the whiteboard or throwing into the file cabinet or the desk or something. So that's one of the aspects I thought was really cool, that they obviously put a lot of work into. And then as far as storyline goes, you don't really get much of a feel for it in the game. It's really important in the movies, and I've heard the books are great, so, there's lots of backstory to Jason and lots of stuff going on, but this is only a demo, so, I don't really expect a lot of story. I really expect them to, showcase the gameplay, which they've, done a pretty good job of. I was kind of interested to play this demo because I had seen some commercials on TV for the game that made it look pretty sweet, actually. So I noticed there was a driving part with the Mini Cooper, and I was really hoping to get to play with that. And with this demo, they really did a good job at letting you play, all the different aspects of the game, so you can really get a feel for it. So as far as this game as a demo, I think they did a great job of, letting you know what this game is going to be like. So you can really get a feel for it before you make, a $60 purchase, which is a lot for some gamers.
Snipers moving into position.
So for this first level that you get to play, basically it's all going to be hand-to-hand combat, getting a feel for the controls, running around, checking out the special moves, and just getting a general feel for the game. So, I mean, if you don't like this part, I wouldn't recommend continuing on with the demo. Although you do get a gun later on, it's basically more of the same.
Target acquired. Lining up the shot.
Cease fire, damn it. MPs are on move. We'll take care of them. Sniper hold fire. MPs respond and engage.
The target's name is Ivan de Vandelen, former general in the Turkish army. Swiss police have him at the airport. UN security force is going to pick him up there and take him to the Netherlands. His flight is scheduled to leave in 2 hours. He's never getting on that plane. Men have hijacked a plane. Don't let
Alright, so here we are in the second chapter, I guess, of this demo. Now you're equipped with a gun, so you can see what the gunplay is like. There's a covering system. It's pretty easy to use. Just A to get in and out of cover, left trigger to look around the wall, right trigger to shoot, left bumper to switch weapons, or holster your weapon. Doesn't have that good of an auto-aim. The aiming didn't seem that great, but also not that awful. And considering I don't really like GTA's, gunplay system that much, you can really, that proves you can have a good game without the gunplay. So, I didn't think it was great, but I didn't think it was enough to ruin the game either. So, in the demo you get 2 guns, pistol and assault rifle, machine gun, whatever you want to call it. So. And another thing I noticed is the environments do kind of deteriorate, and when you're behind cover, you're not completely immune to fire, which is a nice touch, a little more realistic, which I think you should be going for in the Bourne movies. See, that guy just got lit up by a train. I thought that was cool, too, how that works. But yeah, this level is basically to show off the gunplay. Alright, so right here you'll notice there's a special gun fatality thing, just like there was for the hand-to-hand combat. You just press B to activate it, and then there's some buttons that you have to smash to kill them, right? Just like God of War, or Heavenly Sword, and anything like that. So kind of cool. Comes in handy when you're got a couple guys you want to get rid of quickly. Alright, and then once you get up here, you have to shoot all through these guys and then hop on a plane. Edit it out, and just because this video is getting pretty damn long, and you don't need to see me shoot at these bastards, for hours on end. You're just here to see what it's like, so yeah. I'm just gonna run up ahead and hop on that plane. Alright, so basically I've made the decision that this game's not for me, it's for the casual gamer. And there's some elements that I do like about it as a casual game. You'll notice at some points you'll be fighting multiple enemies. And if the enemy comes up behind you to attack, it gives you a chance to fend them off, so they can't just get cheap shots on your back. Which I think is nice for the casual gamer, so you don't, get too frustrated. I think I have to fight about 3 guys up here, so you get to see what happens. So I'll be fighting one guy, and another guy will come up from behind. Sneaky bastard. Come on, do it. You know you want to. Yeah, right there. And then I got the chance to block it and get a punch in. So I thought that was kind of a cool feature. But yeah, I'm basically reviewing this point as that this game is not made for me, so shouldn't be too critical on it. So if you are a hardcore gamer and you really like technical games that have learning curves and depth, this is not the game for you. But if you're the casual gamer and you want a fun, easy to pick up, easy to get into action adventure game, it's not too bad. Alright, and then up here, you get to fight the boss, I guess. Actually turns out to be kind of difficult on this difficulty setting. You gotta watch yourself a lot, do lots of blocking, and mix up the attacks. Get to do lots of cool cutscenes, and it's an entertaining fight. And then after this, we'll check out the driving section.
and get the hell out of there!
These people know who I am. I gotta stay here. I gotta figure this out.
So, figure it out.
Last chance, Marie.
Alright, so here we are with the driving section of the game in your red Mini Cooper. Really basic controls. Right trigger goes, left trigger brakes.
Jason,
A does the E brake.
This should help. Police officer.
And I played this after playing GTA 4, where if you go sailing down the road and try to turn, you're gonna lose it and smash into something. Whereas this, the physics of driving are really not realistic in the least bit. You're more just going around. You try to turn, you're probably going to make the turn. You're not going to skid out. Pretty simple.
Get down!
Not too hard to avoid the cops. So, it really fits in with the rest of the gameplay. Not a lot of depth, but quick, action-packed, easy to pick up, easy to get into. So yeah, if you're the casual gamer and you like an adventure and you like the Bourne movies, this might be the right game for you. If you're like me and you haven't played video games for years and want something more, probably not quite the right choice. So, that's pretty much my opinion on that. Yeah, I would rate this game on par or a little better than the Lost game. The Lost game, it's fun for fans of the show, because there's lots of little Easter eggs, but as far as gameplay goes, it doesn't offer a whole lot. So, that's my 2 cents. Check it out for yourselves. Oh yeah.